the sternocleidomastoid. Insertion is here, origin is here. This muscle laterally flexes to the same side, rotates to the opposite side, and flexes the neck. Next one is the anterior scalene, which is seen in the yellow right here and down here on the first rib on the inside. And this laterally flexes to the same side and rotates to the opposite side and also flexes the neck. Next is the middle scalene, and it is shown in the blue here and the blue up here. This laterally flexes to the same side, rotates to the opposite side. Next is the posterior scalene, which is seen in similar spot here in the orange and down here in orange. And this one also laterally flexes to the same side and rotates to the opposite side. Next is the longus capitis. The insertion is up here underneath the chin. The origin is down the neck here. And this one laterally flexes to the same side, rotates to the same side, and also flexes the neck. Next is the longus colli. Its insertion is coming down this way, while its origin comes down the opposite way. This laterally flexes to the same side, rotates to the same side, and flexes the neck. Next we have the rectus capitis posterior major, and it is, it's on the back. It's right here is the insertion, down here is the origin, and this muscle extends the neck and rotates to the same side. Next is the rectus capitis posterior minor. This one is, insertion is there, or no, the origin is there, the insertion is up here, and this one just extends the neck. Next is the oblique capitis superior. Okay, so the insertion is up here and the origin is down here, and this one extends the neck and laterally flexes to the same side. Next is the oblique capitis inferior, and that one, the insertion is here and the origin is there, and this one just rotates to the same side. Next is the quadratus lumborum. This one, quadratus lumborum, it is right here is the insertion, and down here is the origin. This one laterally tilts the pelvis and laterally flexes the vertebral column to the same side. Next is the rectus abdominis. This one's on the front. This one is the purple here is the insertion, and the origin is down here. This one flexes the vertebral column and tilts the pelvis posteriorly. Next is the external oblique. It is shown in the dark yellow here is the insertion, and the origin is over here on the side. This muscle laterally flexes the vertebral column at the same side and rotates to the opposite side, and also bilaterally flexes the vertebral column. Next is the internal oblique, and it is shown in the orange right here is the insertion, while the origin is over here on the side. This muscle laterally flexes the same side, rotates to the same side, and flexes the vertebral column. Next is the transverse abdominis. It is shown in the green up the middle. Here's the insertion, origin over here. This muscle does not have any actions. Next is the multifidi. It is on the back. The origin and insertion are shown in green right here. This muscle rotates to the opposite side and extends the vertebral column. Next we have the rotators, and it is shown in pink right here on the opposite side. This muscle rotates to the opposite side and extends the vertebral column. Next is the semispinalis capitis. It is the pink up here would be the origin, the insertion being up underneath the head. This muscle extends the vertebral column. Next is the splenius capitis. The insertion is the orange up here with the origin down here. This muscle rotates to the same side, laterally flexes the head and neck, and bilaterally extends the head and neck. Lastly, the splenius cervis. This muscle insertion is over here on the side, and then the origin is down the back. And this muscle rotates the head to the same side and laterally flexes the head to the same side and bilaterally extends the head and neck.